Hello to the pupils of Willingdon School, and especially those who are doing the Willingdon Book Challenge, which sounds a really brilliant thing. My name's Anthony McGowan, and I wrote one of the books which you might be reading, a book called Pike. Now, Pike is the second in a series of books about two brothers, Nicky and Kenny. The older brother, Kenny, has learning difficulties. He has special needs, and so Nicky, his younger brother, has to be his carer. And he's got to be his carer because their family background is so terrible. Their mother left home when they were quite young, and their father can't cope, he falls apart. So that ties the brothers together, this incredibly tight bond of love that endures throughout their various adventures and misadventures in the four books. The last in the series, Lark, very happily last week won a book prize called the Carnegie Medal, which is particularly nice because if you win it, you win a medal made of solid gold. But although the books, they do have some dark elements. They're full of bullying and poverty and lots of bad things happen. But I think they also have hope in them, and they're really a story, I suppose, of love and redemption, which I do hope you enjoy. Now, reading for me was a very important part of my life when I was younger. It wasn't like today when you've got so many brilliant things to do, so many great computer games, so many TV channels, so many great movies. For me, it was kind of playing outside or reading, and so reading just helped to build my brain. And also, I mean, reading does things which even great movies and TV series and great video games can't do, because it's an act of co-creation between the reader and the writer. That, you know, if you're going to see a film, you're given that world, you're given this world which you just kind of passively absorb. But when you read a great book, you're forced to kind of co-create. You build that world, you build those characters, because all a writer can give you is words. And you do that work, that incredibly hard work at times, of turning those words into those worlds. And although it's work, it's the greatest work you will ever do. All my best experiences I've had reading books. And I hope that is going to be the same for you as well. So I hope you enjoy the reading challenge. It's such a great thing to get involved in. I hope you enjoy all the books that you read on it. I especially hope you enjoy my books. So thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi there, my name's Polly Houyan. I'm the author of Boy in the Tower and Where Monsters Lie. I am sending you this message to say hello to the pupils at Willingdon School, and also to take part in the Willingdon Book Challenge. I have heard about the 1,000 book challenge that you have been challenged to do, and I am staggered, amazed, and heartily encourage you to join in with this. I wish maybe I can join in from afar. I've been getting a lot of joy and solace from reading at the moment. It's been a way for me to escape. It's been a way for me to kind of feel comforted. And it's also encouraged me to carry on with my writing too. I often find that happens if I'm reading something really, really good. It makes me think, oh, I wish I could write something like this, or I wonder how I could plot something like this. It just seems so detailed, or God, I can really picture this character. I wonder how I can do that in the work that I'm doing. So, you know, when you read something, it's like a seed that then grows in all different kinds of directions. So I wonder where reading is going to take you. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoy reading as part of the challenge. So I'll sign off by saying happy reading to you.
Hello Willingdon pupils, my name is Malcolm Duffy and I'm the author of this book, Me Mam, Me Dad, Me, which was shortlisted for the Southern School Book Awards, and I'm here to talk to you about reading. As a writer, I'm absolutely passionate about reading. I think that's where ideas come from, and I get great pleasure from it, and hopefully you will too. I realise there's the Willingdon Book Challenge on at the moment. I think as a school you've read over 1,000 books, which is absolutely incredible, and hopefully you'll add to that number throughout the summer. I'd just like to say a few words about this book that I've written. It came out a couple of years ago, and it's won quite a few awards, and it's been, praised by librarians and schools alike. But it covers quite a difficult subject matter, which is domestic violence. But it doesn't look at it from the viewpoint of a woman. It looks at the viewpoint of a boy, her son Danny, a 14-year-old kid up in Newcastle. And what Danny realises is that something bad is happening to his mother, and what he decides to do is go and find the dad he's never met. to try and sort this problem out. And again, although it's quite a tricky subject, hopefully I've written it in a way which has got some wit and some humour and some drama. And the kids who've read it seem to really like it. So you might want to add this book to your reading pile throughout the summer. And here's something else you might want to think about, and this is my new book. Here's one I prepared earlier. It's called Sofa Surfer, and it's about homelessness. Again, quite a tricky subject matter, but one I think that's looked at with a bit of wit and humour. So you might want to think about this as well. But this one's out on hardback, but I think you can also get it on Kindle. So there's a couple of thoughts for you, but the main thing is to get out there and read and have fun, because to me that's what reading's all about, enjoying yourself. So it remains me to say, just have a great summer and keep on reading. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Jenny McLaughlin and I'm a children's author. Here are some of my books. Well, I suppose I'm a teen author as well, so these are my teenage books there. And really this is a message for all the Year 6 students who are lucky enough to be going to Willingdon School in September. It's such a nice school. I've visited lots of times. I'm sure you'll have a brilliant time there. And you've been asked to take part in a reading challenge. That's my sort of challenge, I have to say. Some of you will already love reading, some of you don't do it unless you're made to. But the funny thing about reading is the more you do it, the more you enjoy it. And so maybe you got out of the habit of reading. So I'd say pick up anything you like the look of and read something you really want to read. It doesn't matter if you've read it before. My children reread books that they love all the time. So they love Diary of a Wimpy Kid. They read Diary of a Wimpy Kid all the time. Recently, my daughter's been reading Mallory Towers, and that's all she reads. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just find something that you love and read it. Now, I've recently written a book that actually might be quite relevant to you. Here it is. It's called The Land of Roar. It's got a lovely shiny cover. And this character here, that's Arthur. He's got a twin sister called Rose, and they are just, the book starts at the start of the summer holidays when they're in Year 6 and they're about to start secondary school. Wow, it's like I've written a book for you. You need to check it out. So Arthur is not keen on going to secondary school. He really doesn't want to go. Rose can't wait. In fact, she just can't wait to grow up, full stop. She won't play with Arthur anymore. She just wants to hang out with her friends. She just wants to use her phone. And when the book begins, they go to stay with their granddad at the seafront. Now, the seafront and piers are often featured in my books because I live in Eastbourne, so they often crop my books. In fact, Love Bomb has got a race along Eastbourne seafront in the Dotto train. So if you're quite an observant reader, you might spot lots of local locations that I use in my books. Anyway, back to Arthur and Rose. They go round to their granddad's, they're staying there, and they go to the attic and they find a folding camp bed in the attic. Now, when they were little, they used to play this game where they crawled through the camp bed and pretended to visit this incredible world called Roar that was filled with ninja wizards and merwitches and dragons that they could fly, but it was just a game, of course, wasn't it? Da da da. Well, one day their granddad crawls into the Z bed and disappears, and they've got to decide what to do next. So this book is about flying dragons and fighting a villain called Crokey, but it's also about starting secondary school. So I hope you give it a go. I hope you pick up any book you like the look of and just have a really wonderful summer exploring stories. Enjoy starting Willingdon. You're going to have a great time. Bye-bye.
Hello, students of Willingdon School. My name is Mitch Johnson. I am the author of Kick, which has been recommended for this year's Willingdon Book Challenge. Kick is a story about an Indonesian boy called Budi who works in a factory making football boots but dreams of escaping that life to become a footballer. As a writer, obviously, I'm really passionate about reading, and I think it's especially important at times like these when we can't necessarily go where we want to go, we can't meet who we want to meet. Reading offers a way to travel to distant places, to meet new people, to experience new cultures. So it's a really brilliant thing to be doing with your time during lockdown, during the school holidays, and I really hope you enjoy Kick if you read it, and that you find lots of books over this summer as part of the challenge to enjoy. Thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Fleur Hitchcock, and I'm saying hello to you. You are the children of Willingdon School, I think. And I am the author of this book, Murder in Midwinter, amongst others, and I think some of you have been reading it. Anyway, I think there is a challenge which you can take part in. And I'd be really thrilled if you were reading my book. Of course I would. But I'd be pretty thrilled if you're reading any other books. The thing about reading is it takes you places. And as we're all utterly stuck at the moment and we can't travel and we can't go abroad and we can't even go to the seaside, I find reading takes me to those places. So I've made lots of new friends from the books I've read, and I've been to lots of new places from the books I've read. So I'm really hoping that perhaps if you do the reading challenge, you might do the same. Anyway, good luck. Enjoy. Bye.
Year 6, hope you're all well. So my name is Matt Oldfield and I am the author of lots of football books. So we have the Ultimate Football Hero series, which you guys might have heard of, got Unbelievable Football, and the newest of all, Johnny Ball, Accidental Football Genius. Now, I'm here on your screens today to talk to you about the Willingdon Book Challenge. Now, this is all about your transition through to secondary school, and I really do want to urge you guys to take part. Reading is a massive passion of mine, and I think it's a really important part of life, especially during difficult times like these, because not only can books take us away into other places and other times, but they can also teach us lots of really important life lessons. Things like empathy and teamwork, kindness, resilience. And we can learn these things whether we're reading about science fiction or whether we like reading about our favourite Premier League footballers. So, I really hope you guys will take part in, let me do this again, the Willingdon Book Challenge. Thank you.
Hi, all you students at Willingdon School in the UK. I understand that you are all doing this incredible reading challenge this summer. Holy cow, that's a lot of books. My name is Susan Nielsen. I am the author of Word Nerd, Dear George Clooney, Please Marry My Mom, which I believe in the UK came out as My Messed Up Life, The Reluctant Journal of Henry K. Larson, Optimists Die First, No Fixed Address, and also the one that I understand some of you have been reading, We Are All Made of Molecules. I just wanted to say hi to all of you and encourage you to keep up with this wonderful reading challenge. I know for me, especially in the times that we're living in right now, reading can be a great comfort. It can be a great escape. I love being able to learn about lives that are very different from my own, walk in somebody else's shoes, and sometimes also see some of myself reflected back at me as well. So there's such a great joy in escaping into a great book. So I hope you read a lot over the summer. I hope you stay safe. Remember to be kind to each other and be kind to yourself as well. Okay. Bye from Vancouver, Canada. Have a wonderful summer.